Hello, hello. This is part 45 of a 100-part series, 100 days answering questions about fatherhood as a first-time father. And today's question is, how am I unlearning toxic habits? And I think any adult can attest that habits aren't an on and off switch. I did flip the switch on alcohol and stopped consuming it 6 years ago. And I will never flip that switch back on because I think for my mental and physical health, it's the best option. But for things like nicotine or sugar or sleep habits or exercise habits, I think it's more of a scale for me. So there are times when I'm doing better and worse with them. And nicotine's one that I really want to kick and never reintroduce, but I keep finding myself drawn back in. And sugar recently has been a major issue for me. I've been eating a lot of carbohydrates and late night cinnamon rolls and bowls of cereal and all different kinds of sugars. And I feel like habits are like sometimes reduced only to the physical world, like what I'm putting into my body or how I'm exercising, etc. But I also think that habits are very much psychological and emotional. And for me, a psychological habit that I feel like I've been plagued with and I haven't done a good job of working on, especially in my adulthood and especially as a dad, is being negative. I feel like I always expect the worst because if I do that and I'm pleasantly surprised with a positive outcome, then hunky dory. But if I'm met with the crappy outcome that I expected, then at least I don't have my feelings hurt and I'm not disappointed. But by speaking that negativity into existence, a lot of times I feel like I manifest it or I limit myself as a dad, as an entrepreneur, as, even a partner. So in 2026, I would really like to focus on speaking positivity into the world and into my own life, especially as a dad. Francis now has developed enough of a personality and will start to recognize a little bit more what's going on in between his family and in the world that we interact with. So I want to put my best foot forward. And I also want to exercise more and focus a little bit on my physical health because we're not getting any younger. And I want to be able and physically capable of everything that a dad needs to do. But to answer the question, how am I unlearning toxic habits as a dad? I think the first step is to recognize them, right? And the second step after that is to make logical and feasible goals to work on them. So in the case of exercise, I've been trying to get up every morning and do at least 15 minutes of a little bit of body weight workouts. And as far as food is concerned, I might do a little Whole30 diet thing and try to correct my course when it comes to what I put in my body. And, we'll see what's the next thing I got to work on or what thing I start doing really well. I hope once it gets a little bit warmer, I really focus on running. But it's hard to say as a dad for the first time what I'll be and not be able to do. So this has been part 45 of a 100-part series. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.